I was 23 when I wrote it, 24. I was like, that movie, it's a good movie, but it's not as good as I would want it to be because I wrote it really quickly. I'd say that. A lot of people think, oh, it's one of their favorites. It's because I wanted to do something more benign and heartfelt in a different way than Boys in the Hood. I want this, Boys in the Hood is such a kind of like male-dominated machismo kind of thing that with the second movie, I think, what's the toll of this youth violence taking on these young women? You know what I mean? Like, so that was my whole crux about that, and the sense of how do you have romance within this environment? So I was like, I want to make some type of exploration of that. And mind you, with the huge, phenomenal success of Boys in the Hood, I had to get another movie out quick. And so I was writing it and everything, and I ran into Janet serendipitously on the Hook set, and I said, I'm writing a movie for you. She's like, oh, like any actress. She's like, oh, really? I said, well, this is what I want to do. Give me your number. She gives me her number, we hang out, and it's up, and I'm writing it, and then this, and I was able to go to Columbia Pictures, and I said, I got my next movie. This is what I'm doing. Okay, John, you want to do it? No, I'm doing this movie. You guys want to do this movie or not? So, okay, well, who do you want to star it? Janet Jackson is starring it. How about that? Okay. She hadn't done a movie. So, and actually, Ice Cube was supposed to be opposite her. And he was like, I can't do no romance. I said, you're a good looking dude, man. I said, chicks like you. I can't do that. And I ended up seeing a sneak preview of Juice. And I had known Tupac peripherally from around, just around through Queen Latifah. I met him in New York, and then I saw him around LA and in the Beverly Center stuff. And so I called him up, and I was like, hey, man, I saw your movie. We got to chop it up. You want to do a movie with Janet Jackson? He's like, yeah, I'll do a movie with Janet Jackson. I said, well, you got to come in and screen test. So we screen test Tupac and Janet because they were nervous about either of them or both of them acting. And we screen test them together. That scene in the that's in the beauty salon at the desk, magic, green light.
Amazing, amazing.
It's a good thing that I was young, and that it has, sometimes the flaws help something because the flaws in the language and everything and stuff of the cursing and all that stuff make everything that's very, very erudite and very, elevated play very well. I mean, I feel bad that when I showed it to Maya Angelou, she's like, the cursing. And I said, yes, man, but the cursing. And I was like, oh my God, it's like your grandmother telling you, like, my boy, what are you doing to me, right? So, but hey, the movie did well and it got me over the hump. It got me. It was a successful movie financially and it had some memorable moments and, started a relationship with Janet and Pac, The tragedy of it is that it's the only movie that Tupac and I were able to do because we formed a kind of a kinship on that picture that, I wanted to write songs and he wanted to write and direct movies. And so I was going to show him how to do that and he would show me how to do the music. The movie that I did after Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, he was supposed to star in. So I wrote that for him to star in.